Mr. Lynch, knives, will be knife, whatever. Good morning, messo simply, or simply, or simply, or simply, or simply, or simply, or simply, simply, or simply, or simply David, David Lynch, it's 8 November 4th, 2024, it's a Tuesday, evening, so they are totally clear, once in totally clear, scan atmosphere in general, also seems very still now. It's area from the 13 and 17 and 69 and 21 Celsius, this means that it's really soft, like in this is soft classic adjective to use for the automato spring appearance of Star Wars for years ago. Fact consider effect la stagione 17 tanne 4 years also effect passa da 4 years for the porzione the summer basta summer sarà bisogno farlo di me basta summer vincono body also effect if you can enter in YouTube now in fact for the YouTube then also in this case 4 years for the rewards but not for seasons the winter and spring because in that in this case are still 3 years or as an absolute remember vincono body sono body on Chinese suppose indeed I'm sure that way see the everything for example society sometimes my proposal for contribution to Chinese it's a better perhaps a paradox for you but not for me and I need to do the collaboration also for the winter spring sense for the winter so it's cold for the spring once again soft for the summer agiti 8 sono in general for the season the periods classic agiti adesso and as regards the degrees that is for me was something we see in future absolutely incomplete but surely this period for these 2 reasons. The first one considering passage from summer to the autumn, the second one the second one the fact that considering the last definitive change of temperature and degrees after the last 5-6 weeks now the area is completely changed or pleasant with the area mean the same temperature in degrees, so the sum of all these things makes condition situation completely pleasant at all these at least for me I don't know if so for appeal from 1 late I think or not because if feel cold from 1 late I think of yes or no this depends on them in general for me what's good is sia the matter scatto strategy I see for sure the same things is just few of the it's really beautiful artistism for commission as a machine so needs ieri afternoon I think at time per divisa repeated just before 16 and 21 Celsius but the important thing atmosphere attention just before today we had those beautiful ويسكرازم مثلا شام سون مادس يعني فات نعطيهم لي فيزيبل شام بوزي تلك still be at the palace it came out well so in fact now I'll see 3 things for later when it came out and the first one is the fact that now I'll sing for the same Napolitan classical song sulle mie because this thing it's speaking me a bit of mine during last summer so someone non follow me last summer I think nobody so tu sole che bello o sole mio sta in fronte a te o sole mio sta in fronte a te sta in fronte a me sta in fronte a te scusate cosa c'è adesso in maniera but this is the second thing that is for later when it came out fact that this is a shine not will be not beautiful only beautiful but sublime and sublime sense in fact this is the third thing it's impossible to accuse but to kiss it so kiss it for later so kiss it or yes 20 notes considering the period change of hours practically 10 days ago the hour before the fact that terribile and then from now we didn't for radar sun and sky for radar 4 hours no 3 hours and 30 minutes maximum 35 as more or less in comparison about the manufacturer completely finished rule. Well, so Senis, stata medical window, stata curtains, and curtains illustrano the reports in room, West White, and also the fact this is the third. And the only difference is the color of the flowers, the color of the previous second is yellow or gold, the color of the first one was pink, and this color of this third, if it's not pink, it's similar. I don't know if you can read it and notice from the shot, if not better, or also from this shot, no. But however, as you also said in the room, so from the mythical window, the new curtain, white, with the green flowers, also long flowers mixed between the plants, and practically this is for the fourth curtain that they use here for the summer, and now it's in the other room, but they replaced it with the or change it with the legendary at Sea Point, mythical, grey curtain with beautiful painted branches, and exactly on the day of his third birthday, November 1, 2022, November 1, 2025, they get rid of it, or replace it with this new, and also I created a short video, which I say rip or goodbye, also with a beautiful music. Say rip goodbye to in fact the mythical legend grey curtain with the beautiful painted branches. If you there's also the link in this video, in one of my comments, or in the paparazzi card or in the skin. Now there is new, but not new in general, because repeat we use it inside the room. Repeat is white with the green flowers, also long flowers mixed between the plants. Yes. Another film and a similar shot, like the shot film for the TRCU for a grey curtain. Also when there isn't, the reason the shooter, and also when there is, but more when there is with FX measure, also in the case I also LED or see latest picture sentence I used, in fact for the grey curtain it is this. But also always better vision for me, its entirety, in this shot, as you consider a shot. Also, as shooter, as regard the green shooter, not visible today, but also si chiede also the similar special sentence I use for the curtain, I repeat, is this, but also always better vision for me, its entirety, in this shot, as you consider a shot. And finally, from Medical Keyboard, GX coming 40, APG, 695, also, senza mi shot. Va, getting multi people follow each other, parts is beginning at Dora. So I'm not a system. Also, myself, fantastic muskets, and finally, you at breakfast. Dates late in general, also massa, quasi tutte le informazioni, quello importante è fare con record reaction, sembra che tu sei stato in fatta una perché stai fentando insieme a te. Hai stato di te. A te fentando in parte metti che tu sei estera, sì che te regole sia che sembra che su essere ciò. Voglio ripetere, ho detto di close the record, late, also for Mars. They are just totally obviously just to include 13 and 17 minutes. But, remember the Chelsea, that in some way also they got and it's so, and that's we always say. Ecco, sono the most beautiful left world. Absolutely. As we since many months, the most 1 year. Yes, I also look into this thing like effective reason Friday, but this should be a time in a video. I promise you at one time, so now you time check better set to you the precise date or day which I started to see all these things. And so for the new shots, obviously say new it's a joke because when I talk about most 1 year, in some way also new shots and also new biscuits, maybe you'll come as biscuits, yes, and also from the biscuits. There are maybe you'll come as biscuits and yes, I think at one of best not masculine times or biscuits and chocolate chip cookies, or the cookies with the chocolate or chocolate chips. If not to mistake, also favorite biscuits or Mr. Lynch. A te in particular, there are two things that you use read and Lise. The first one is about milk for shots, non so link and take off the music. But also as quick chocolate, as you can notice in the short fragment videos. The short and if in last 10, 11 months, so you get most 1 year, also you get should be easy time the period, also the controls, you get so many check better set to you. Over there was Salmone and quick it finish now there is once again because we brought it once again, I think 75, 76 days, also in this case, also the controls, in case should be the time of the period, that's the only time I should better set to you. So I butter inserted it once again in the milk, very good news. Second, within this I also add the fact that you have breakfast always abundant of the last period particular me album. And if you say last period it's a joke because we're talking about most 1 year, but obviously I'm referring to the first time of that period. Always a big bomb. And second thing is about the CS fact. And if there are abuse CS da Conad Italian CS, so many stars in questa position. E cosa? Ma se avesse questa position per me era la mamma. Italian CS fa cosa? I do recommend the motivo because they are really super bad. Adesso tu non ora suppose fa entrare perché non ti trovano tu le ma sì. I repeat when it's not visible. Now I see the last thing. Fluid pencil come out and better repeat these things fact surely it will be a sublime session effect I si possono vedere che sono squisite so I exist once again